Hi everyone, Adab. This video is regarding important points and important formulas of physical spectroscopy. I don't think you have to study regarding physical spectroscopy other than this video. Okay, I am going to give you all important points and all important formulas of molecular spectroscopy, or you can say physical spectroscopy, right? So first of all, you have to have an idea, basic idea on physical spectroscopy, so that you have to read your notes once. You have to read your physical spectroscopy notes once. After once you read that notes, you have to read this class, right? You have to read this class notes. So this class notes is enough. You have to just remember the formulas, all these formulas, all important points, and you have to practice the previous year questions more number of times. Okay, that is more than enough. Let us see what are the important points. First of all, rotors. Totally 4 types of rotors are there. So the first one is linear rotor, second spherical, third one is symmetrical top rotor and asymmetrical top rotor. 4 types of rotors. In this, first of all, linear rotor. So linear rotor, moment of inertia Ia equal to 0 and Ib equal to Ic. This is the condition, right? You have to remember just these things. Ia equal to 0, Ib equal to Ic. And how you can identify whether it is a linear rotor or not, you have to have an idea on point groups. Okay, this is the simple way to identify the linear rotor or spherical rotor or anything. You have to have an idea on point groups. So if the molecule is C infinity V or D infinity H, C infinity V or D infinity H, then this is linear rotor. Next one, spherical rotor, Ia equal to Ib equal to Ic. If all moment of inertia in A, B, C directions are same, then that is spherical rotor. The point group should be perfect octahedral or tetrahedral, right? Perfect octahedral point group or tetrahedral point group molecules comes under spherical top molecules. Next one is symmetrical top molecule. Condition is Ia not equal to Ib but equal to Ic, right? So here C3 axis are more, that means the point group should be C3, C3b point group, C3h point group, like that, or more. C3 or more, right? Not C3 or less, C3 or more. So again, this symmetrical top rotor will be divided into 2 parts. One is prolate symmetrical top, second is oblate symmetrical top. So the very important point in prolate symmetrical top molecule, the best example is here C2 axis plus S4 axis, that is allene molecule. If you have the allene molecule, this question on allene, okay, came in previous year question paper. So focus on this. Allene is the example of prolate symmetrical top molecule, because here in this allene C2 axis is there, along with C2 axis S4 axis is there. Generally C3 axis or more is the symmetrical top, but this is the exceptional case. If you have the C2 axis along with C2 axis, if you have S4 axis, then that will comes under the prolate symmetrical top. Example is allene. So in this prolate symmetrical top, the condition should be Ia less than Ib but equal to Ic. Oblate symmetrical top, Ia greater than Ib but equal to Ic, right? So in this prolate symmetrical top, so the point group should be C and V except C2V. Except C2V point group, you have to consider C and V, means C3V, C4V. Okay, so anything you can consider except C2V. Okay, so if your molecule is comes under C and V point group, then that molecule is prolate symmetrical top. Oblate symmetrical top, B and H point group except D2H, any D and H point group, D3H, D4H point groups comes under oblate symmetrical top molecule. Last one is asymmetrical top molecule. In this asymmetrical top molecule, condition is Ia not equal to Ib not equal to Ic, right? So all are not equal and the point group should be C and H. That is C2 axis are less. Okay, so along with C and H, C2 axis are less means C1 point group, Ci point group, Cs point group, like that. So C2 axis are less. Okay, those point groups comes under this asymmetrical top, and also C and H point groups comes under this asymmetrical top. Okay, so next one is moment of inertia. In this moment of inertia, the first one is if your molecule is linear. If your molecule is linear, so in this linear you have 2 kind of things. So first one is symmetrical linear molecule, second one is asymmetrical linear molecule. For suppose if you have the CO2 molecule, so it is symmetrical linear molecule. Okay, if you divide this molecule into 2 equal halves, you will get the similar kind of things in both the sides, right? So it has a plane of symmetry. CO2 has a plane of symmetry, so it is symmetrical linear molecule. If asymmetrical linear molecule is also there, right? So for the symmetrical linear molecule, the moment of inertia I equal to, the formula is I equal to 2 m1 r1 square. M is nothing but mass. Okay, so next one is asymmetrical linear molecule, I equal to mu r square. I equal to mu r square. If you have the symmetrical linear I equal to 2m1 r1 square, a symmetrical linear molecule I equal to mu r square. So what is the moment of inertia? What is the mu mu value? So mu equal to m1 m2 by m1 plus m2. Okay, so you have to remember this formula, mu equal to m1 m2 by m1 plus m2. That is moment of inertia. Next one is rotational energy. So rotational energy in joules and in per centimeters. So the first formula in joules, E equal to h square by 8 pi square I j into j plus 1. H is Planck's constant, I is nothing but moment of inertia, j is nothing but your rotational level, right? J into j plus 1 in joules. So if you want to get in per centimeters, h by 8 pi square IC j into j plus 1. This h by 8 pi square IC is nothing but your B. B is nothing but your rotational constant. So you can write this same formula as Bj into j plus 1 in per centimeters, right? So you have these two formulas you have to remember. Next, angular velocity. Angular velocity will be represented as omega, right? So direct formula is there, omega equal to root over 2bj into j plus 1 by I. Okay, square root of 2bj into j plus 1 by I. So this is the Bhavishka question, BKQ. So it might come in the next upcoming examinations. Focus on this formula, right? This is the angular velocity. Next, average period of rotation. So the average period of rotation indicated by T. So T equal to 2 pi by omega. T equal to 2 pi by omega. This is very, very important. T equal to 2 pi by omega. So you have to calculate omega from here and have to put this value here. T equal to 2 pi by omega. Next one is selection rules. Selection rules are very, very important. You have this formula E equal to bj into j plus 1. So if you put j value as 0 in this formula, then you will get energy as 0. If you put j equal to 1, energy is 2b. If you put j equal to 2, energy is 6b. J equal to 3, energy 12b. So the difference between this energy G0 and 2b, 2b, 6b, 4b, and 6b, 12b, 6b. If you take these levels and see the difference, the spacing is 2b. That means the spacing between the two lines is 2b here in this rotational spectroscopy. So we are talking about the rotational spectroscopy first. So in this rotational spectroscopy, spacing between the two lines is 2b. So next important formula is energy gap between the two levels. By using this formula you can calculate. Okay, examiner will give you two levels, the energy of the two levels. You have to calculate the energy difference or the energy gap between the two levels. Delta E equal to 2b into j plus 1. J is nothing but your lower energy level here. Okay, you have to put lower energy level here. J value you have to put the lower energy level J value you have to take, not higher energy J value. It is very, very important. Delta E equal to 2b into j plus 1. B is nothing but your rotational constant, right? Propagation ratio. NF by Ni, number of molecules in final level by number of molecules in initial level equal to degeneracy of final level by degeneracy of initial level into e power minus delta E by kBT. kB is nothing but Boltzmann's constant, T is nothing but temperature. Next, Jmax, maximum rotational level, right? So Jmax equal to root over kBT by 2bhc minus half. This formula is very, very important for gate. Next one is isotopic substitution. In this isotopic substitution, for suppose if you take this molecule carbon dioxide, this oxygen has 16 mass and this oxygen has 18 mass. Here you have to remember internuclear distance won't change when we have the isotopic substitution, right? When you have two different the same atom with the two different masses, your internuclear distance won't change. That means R will not change. B equal to h by 8 pi square IC. You know this. I is nothing but mu R square. So h by 8 pi square mu R square C. So internuclear distance is not changing. So B is inversely proportional to the R. So whenever internuclear distance is not changing, B is not changing. So B1 by B2, if you just take the formula of B, h by 8 pi square IC, that means h by 8 pi square I mu R square, you will get this equation. B1 by B2 equal to mu2 by mu1. This formula is very, very important. Just remember the direct formula. That means B1 here, mu1 here, inversely proportional. So mass increase, spacing decrease. B is nothing but spacing. So when mass will increase, spacing will decrease. So this is about the rigid rotor, rotational spectroscopy, rigid rotor. Now next one is non-rigid rotor. You have only one formula in non-rigid rotor, that is E equal to Bj into j plus 1 minus dj square into j plus 1 whole square, right? So this formula, this is not that important formula. You have to remember Bj into j plus 1, that is more important formula, right? Rigid rotor formula is more important, non-rigid rotor is not important. Next one is distortion constant E equal to 4b cube by nu bar square. So B, this also the question might come on this equation also. So 4b cube by nu bar square. Okay, so B is nothing but rotational constant, nu bar is nothing but your vibrational frequency, right? So nu bar equal to 1 by 2 pi c root over k by mu. This equation is also very important. So this formula is very important. Nu bar equal to 1 by 2 pi c root over k by mu, right? So next one is vibrational spectroscopy. So this is about the rotational spectroscopy, rigid rotor and non-rigid rotor cases. So next one, vibrational spectroscopy. In vibrational spectroscopy, you have simple harmonic and anharmonic oscillator. So the first one is simple harmonic oscillator. In this simple harmonic oscillator, the first formula is V plus half into h nu in joules, right? So when you have the units of joules, you have to use this formula V plus half into h nu. So if you divide this formula with hc, right, h nu by hc, then you will get this one in per centimeter, E equal to V plus half into nu bar, or we can say in place of nu bar we can take omega bar also. In some textbooks you can see this omega bar. So E equal to V plus half into nu bar or omega bar per centimeter. This is the equation in per centimeters. So if I put V equal to 0 value here, then I will get half omega bar. If I put 1 value, 3 by 2 omega bar. If I put 2, then 5 by 2 omega bar. So this half omega bar is nothing but your 0 point energy. This is also very important. The question might come, right? So when you have the 0 value, half omega bar, this is nothing but 0 point energy. Next is selection rules. Selection rules in simple harmonic oscillator, delta V equal to plus or minus 1. So that means the energy level difference. Okay, if you take the V equal to 0, V equal to 1, V equal to 2 like that. So the delta V difference between the one level and another level, delta V equal to plus 1 or minus 1. So delta V equal to plus or minus 1 for simple harmonic oscillator. Next, energy gap formula, delta E equal to h nu or omega bar. Why? So if you see V equal to 0, half omega bar. If you put 2, 3 by 2 omega bar. If you put 2, 5 by 2 omega bar, right? So whenever you have the, for suppose if you take two levels, two adjacent levels, 5 by 2 omega bar minus 3 by 2 omega bar, the difference is omega bar. Okay, if I take 3 by 2 omega bar minus half omega bar, then I will get the omega bar again. So you take any, you take the difference of any two levels, you will get only omega bar. So the energy difference between the two levels is omega bar. You have to remember this. So next important points, 3 important points are there. You have to remember these 3 important points. Question will definitely come on this 3 points, right? The first one is if the molecule has no dipole, the dipole moment has a dipole moment, that means dipole moment not equal to 0. If the molecule has dipole moment not equal to 0, then that molecule is rotational and vibrational active both. Okay, that molecule is rotational and vibrational active both. All molecules are Raman active and vibrational Raman active, right? Except perfect tetrahedral and octahedral molecules, remaining all are rotational Raman active molecules. Okay. So if the examiner will ask you only about the Raman active, then all molecules are Raman active. But if you want to find the rotational Raman active molecules except the perfect tetrahedral and octahedral molecule, remaining every molecule is rotational Raman active molecule, right? Next, N-harmonic oscillator. So the formula, energy equal to V plus half into omega bar E minus V plus half whole square omega bar E XE. This is very important formula for gate but not net. So where enharmonicity constant Xe equal to 0.01. Next one is Morse constant, A equal to root over K by 2 dE. Question might come but not important. Okay, so A equal to root over K by 2 dE. Okay, dissociation constant. Next, dissociation constant dE equal to d naught plus ZPE. That is, dE is nothing but dissociation energy, d naught is nothing but true energy, it is nothing but 0 point energy. Okay, so this dissociation energy, again we have one formula, omega E by 4xe. You have to know, I have already given the formula for calculating omega E, right? Dissociation energy dE equal to omega E by 4xe. Next, selection rules for this enharmonic oscillator. Generally selection rules for enharmonic oscillator is delta V equal to plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 plus or minus 3, but you can ignore next levels. That means plus or minus 2 plus or minus 3 intensity is very very small, so that you can ignore plus or minus 2 plus or minus 3. So you can represent delta V equal to plus or minus 1 only as a selection rule. So next, whenever the transition from V equal to 0 to V equal to 1, that is nothing but your fundamental transition. So whenever you have the fundamental transition, very important things, these are fundamental transitions, first overtone, second overtone, definitely question might come. Delta E equal to omega bar E into 1 minus 2xe. This is the formula for fundamental transition. Whenever the transition from V equal to 0 to V equal to 2, first overtone, delta E equal to 2 omega bar E into 1 minus 3xe. V equal to 0 to V equal to 3 transition means from the level V equal to 0 to level V equal to 3 transition, second overtone, delta E equal to 3 omega bar E into 1 minus 4xe. If temperature is raised, then what happens? The transition will be occurred, the transition will be generally from V equal to 1 to higher levels. Okay, the transition might possible from V equal to 1 to higher levels. So in that case, we can be called as so those levels, those bands will be called as hot bands, right? So whenever we have the hot bands, the formula is delta E equal to omega bar E into 1 minus 4xe. Delta E equal to omega bar E into 1 minus 4xe. Next one is vibrating rotor, that means vibration plus rotation. Total energy formula is very important, and again this formula is important for gate. Okay, you cannot expect question on this in net actually. So total energy equal to V plus half into omega bar E minus V plus half whole square omega bar E xe plus Bj into J plus 1. So this is the rotational energy, right? So this is vibrational energy. If you just add both the things, then you will get the total energy. Total energy equal to V plus half omega bar E minus V plus half whole square omega bar E xe plus Bj into J plus 1. Next one, the change in energy delta E equal to omega naught bar plus 2b into J plus 1. Delta E equal to omega naught bar minus 2b into J plus 1. Two formulas are there. You have to put J equal to 0 and J equal to 1 levels. Okay, for delta J equal to plus 1, you have to use this formula. For delta J equal to minus 1, you have to use this formula. Alright, so you have to put J equal to 0 value here, J equal to 1 value here, then you will get delta E values. So in this delta J equal to, you have some values minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. So branches are, if you have minus 2 value as delta J, then O branch, minus 1 P branch, 0 Q branch, 1 R branch, 2 S branch, right? In this branches, P branch and R branch are very very important. If you write combinedly these two as delta E equal to omega naught bar plus 2b into, in place of J plus 1 I can write M. So combinedly I can write these two formulas as delta E equal to omega naught bar plus 2b M, right? Plus is for R branch, minus is for P branch. Otherwise, in place of delta E, you can write nu bar also. In place of omega naught bar, you can write nu naught bar also according to the given question. So I can write this formula as nu bar equal to nu naught bar plus or minus 2b M. M is nothing but your J plus 1. Okay, so this diagram, I hope you people have already this diagram in your notes. I don't need to explain. Okay, again. So here, if you observe, the important thing is, yes, here R branches are there, here P branches are there. The spacing between adjacent levels is 2b, right? From omega naught bar to P1 branch 2b, P1 to P2 2b, R naught to R1 2b, omega naught bar to R1 2b, right? This R branches is because of delta J equal to plus 1 level. This P branches for delta J equal to minus 1 selection rule, right? So if you observe here, the important formulas are the difference, the energy difference between the R naught, okay, the first R level and the first P level, R naught minus P1, that is 4b. Okay, you have to remember. Next, if you want to calculate this omega naught bar, then omega naught bar equal to R naught plus P1 by 2. Okay, you have to take the average. Okay, these two formulas are also very, very important. Next, if you have the linear diatomic molecule, these two are very very important. If you have the linear diatomic molecule, then you will get only PR branch. Okay, so P for delta J equal to minus 1, R for delta J equal to plus 1. Only PR branch you will get if the molecule is linear diatomic molecule. Alright, so like linear diatomic molecule means H2 like that. Okay, If you have the polyatomic molecule, then you will have the two conditions. One is linear molecule, second is non-linear molecule. That means linear polyatomic molecule and non-linear polyatomic molecule. If you have the linear polyatomic molecule, then again two conditions. One is parallel vibration, second is perpendicular vibration. If the linear polyatomic molecule having parallel vibration, then PR branch will appear. If the linear polyatomic molecule have perpendicular vibration, PQR branch will appear, right? If non-linear polyatomic molecule is there, even it is parallel vibration or perpendicular vibration, no matter, only you will get PQR branch. Okay, so based on these two, you can have more number of problems. You have to practice them. Next, if center of symmetry is present but spin value is 0. Okay, for suppose if you take the CO2, center of symmetry is there and the spin is 0. So whenever you have this type of condition, then for CO2, just remember these two only, question might come on these two. So then for CO2 molecule, odd J lines missing. Okay, from this diagram you have to see odd J lines missing, and for the oxygen molecule, even J lines missing. Okay, so Raman spectra, last one. So you have this one. So first one is central line is Rayleigh line. So here Stokes line, here anti-Stokes line. The difference between the Stokes and Rayleigh line and anti-Stokes line is delta E. So delta E is nothing but your Raman shift, right, or wave number displacement, right? So next one is rotational Raman spectrum. Selection rules for rotational Raman spectrum is delta J equal to 0, plus or minus 2, 0 plus 2 minus 2. If you have the 0, then Rayleigh line, plus or minus 2, Stokes line, anti-Stokes line. So next important formula, delta E equal to B into 4J plus 6, J value should be lower value. Next one, nu bar equal to nu naught bar minus B into 4J plus 6. This is for the Stokes line formula, very important formula. Nu bar equal to nu naught bar plus B into 4J plus 6. This is for anti-Stokes line. Combinedly we can write nu bar equal to nu naught bar plus or minus B into 4J plus 6. Next, so you have this energy level diagram. Here nu naught bar 0, plus 1, plus 2, minus 1, minus 2. So except first difference, remaining every difference is 4B. So the first difference is 6B. Okay, first line difference is 6B in Stokes and anti-Stokes both. Remaining every level is 4B difference only. Okay, this is very important. So next one, vibrational Raman spectrum. In this vibrational Raman spectrum, we have Stokes and anti-Stokes. We have this formula, nu bar equal to nu naught bar plus or minus omega bar G into 1 minus 2 XC. Plus is for anti-Stokes line, minus is for Stokes line. Next very important formula, on this formula one question came in previous years. So percentage change in internuclear distance. So just find out, one question is there. Okay, so do that question. Okay, based on this formula you have one question in previous papers. So percentage change in internuclear distance, that is R1 minus R0 by R0 into 100. Okay, very important formula. Last one, very important, you can expect one question from here. If a molecule has center of symmetry, for suppose if you have any CO2 molecule, if a molecule has center of symmetry, then Raman active modes will be IR inactive and IR active modes will be Raman inactive. Okay, any center of symmetry molecule, centrosymmetric molecule will take, but if Raman active, then IR inactive, IR active modes will be Raman inactive, right? So these are the important formulas and important points of physical spectroscopy. Just read these all points, do previous year questions, enough. Okay, so thank you so much.